I think it's great, but I need to study up the differences between Imantas, Stanionis, and Vergil. That come forward style seems to be up Boots' alley. Oh man, listen, if a lot of people keep comparing, they keep comparing Boots, or they keep comparing Stanionis to Vergil Ortiz, and I really don't get it. Like I don't understand it. I don't think they're anything close to the same. The only thing that's similar about them is that they both like to fight out of the high guard. When it comes to punch selection, when it comes to what they're both trying to accomplish in that ring and how they go about it, they're different fighters. Stanionis is a guy that he's a straight line, cement footed, Eastern European fighter who likes to overwhelm you with physical strength and close the gap on you. Vergil Ortiz is not that. Vergil Ortiz is a compact puncher with deceptive athletic ability, and he has different types of jabs. If you go back and you watch the Madrimov fight, there are many times where Vergil was boxing with his lead hand down low, and sometimes throwing an up jab, jab down the middle. So you don't really see Stanionis do those things. Vergil's lead hand is more educated than Stanionis. His footwork is more diverse than Stanionis. He throws at a higher output than Stanionis. He throws at different speeds than Stanionis. Stanionis is a good fighter. I like Stanionis. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. He's a very good fighter, but he's not Vergil Ortiz. And if Vergil didn't get rhabdomyosis, Vergil would have folded him. They aren't the same. It's the pressure more so I'm speaking about too. Villa was also pressure, and how did that end? No, but see, Villa is pressure. So look here. I'm gonna try to demonstrate you guys. So Villa's pressure, right? So if Villa is a pressure fighter, Villa is a straight, he's a straight line pressure fighter. Like he gonna get in his high guard, right? He gonna get in his high guard, and he's gonna come forward like this, right? So when you get a guy in the high guard and he's just coming forward like this, the fighter who's more athletic that can move could just pivot and turn around him, right? But see, with Vergil Ortiz, he knows how to cut out the ring. So when Boots tries to get around him, he's gonna take those short little subtle steps to the right or the left, right? And then when they get in close quarters, when they get in the pocket, Vergil may throw an uppercut, step out to the side, and then he just does more things. Like his feet got more dimensions. His feet are more educated. You can't compare Romain Villa, who doesn't even have he's a good fighter as far as his left hook, as far as his uppercut, his body attack, his volume. But Romain Villa, guys, he is so basic compared to Vergil Ortiz. And Stanionis is a level above. He's like 2 levels above Villa, but even him, he's not. No, Vergil Ortiz does a lot more in that ring than them guys. So I feel like when you compare what those guys can do compared to Vergil, it's not the same. Eric Lubin, I don't want to compare him to Boots. I think Boots is significantly better than Eric Lubin. Eric Lubin, there is some styles, there's some comparisons, but Eric Lubin, he don't I don't want to say he's not cement footed, but he likes to hold his feet. So Lubin has athleticism, right? That you could say, okay, if he wanted to, he probably could box, but that's not in his nature. Lubin's temperament is he's trying to seek and destroy. That's what he came into the pros doing. That's why he was one of the most hyped up young fighters in America when he turned pro. So generally speaking, Eric Lubin's temperament is to hold his feet and power box you and wait for you to make a mistake and then beat the shit out of you, right? Jaron Ennis he's more athletic than Lubin, right? Jaron Ennis, I think. Let me see. Does he punch harder than Lubin? I'm actually not sure if he punches hard. I'll say Boots punches a little bit. No, I don't know. Does he punch harder than Lubin? Their power is about the same. Their power is about the same to me. I feel like they both get the knockouts in a similar fashion. They both got to put them together. They both place their shots very well. But no, Boots all the way around the board. Boots is a better fighter than Eric Lubin. Boots ain't gonna be there to be hit. He has more than enough power to keep Vergil from going downhill. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. You know, if Boots gets on his toes and boxes, you know, doesn't mean that the ring won't get cut off. You know, we saw Lubin tonight, which I reiterate, and I want to make this abundantly clear. Lubin is not as good as Jaron Ennis. We know this, but you know, he was boxing well in spots, and that shit got shut down real quickly. You know what I'm saying? Stop the cap. When has a Latino ever beat an African elite boxer in their prime? Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard won. There's an example. Via's pressure is different. BT got it straightforward, but not bullying and framing. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can pressure a guy because there's guys that pressure you and they come forward and then they have to wait to get all the way to the opponent's body to get to work. And then there's guys that pressure you with their lead hand, like a Golovkin or like a Beterbiev or even like a Vergil Ortiz. They'll pressure you with that lead hand and how they probe, Bivol, how they probe. They're putting that mental pressure on you. So you may be athletic, you might try to escape, but that lead hand is on you. It's probing. It's, you know, they're moving the head side to side, so you're not really sure where they're at, and you got to make sure that when you throw a punch that they don't get underneath the shot, because if they're doing this and they get underneath the shot, and then boom, all of a sudden you get countered, and now you're like, what the fuck? Where am I at? So, it's different types of pressures. And I think you can't label, like, it's not fair to label pressure fighters the same, and it's not fair to even label athletic fighters the same. There's different types of pressure in boxing. There's different types of ways to be athletic, you know? No, for sure. Like, I would encourage everybody, because, you know, boxing is such a great sport. It's such an amazing sport. And even though people will say, like, oh, well, what's so nuanced about boxing? Like, it's just two guys punching each other in the face. No, there's so many details in the simplest things in boxing that you will never ever learn the whole fight game. Nobody, you will be learning about boxing until the day you die. Sometimes, like, you know, God has blessed me immensely, you know, through this journey covering boxing. You know, I've been able to travel a lot around America and be around a lot of great fighters and great coaches. And, you know, I learned a lot. Like, I learned a lot from different coaches, like been around guys like Miguel Leo, Sugar Hill Stewart, John David Jackson, Derek Santos, Jeff Poritz, most recently Virgil Hunter, Jeff Riel, and the list goes on. Just a lot of great coaches I've been in. I got to see in the gym, like, work with their fighters and stuff. And it's like you learn something new from every coach, you know. So you'll never stop learning, no matter how much you're thinking about boxing and fighters. You know, different guys will come along and you'll learn new things about boxing. So yeah, for sure, definitely keep learning, as I'm always learning.